What is the best-selling video game of all time? Not the best-selling, but the best-selling video game of all time. We're looking at the best of the best here. Because, damn it, I only want the most quality things ever. Not only do they have to be the best-selling, but they have to be the best quality as well. Well, this lineup's the best at something. I mean, sure, we have some of the greatest video games of all time. And then we also have Zelda. Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious. I went to the Wikipedia list of the best-selling games of all time. Of course, this list changes periodically, so, you know, I mean, like, I'm just gonna take what it is at this very moment, right now. Which does make me think, actually, what if I go to, like, the Wayback Machine and I look at what the best-selling video games of all time list on Wikipedia was in, like, 2005. Oh, damn, so the Wikipedia article back in October of 2007... I do actually remember this page quite a lot. You know, they actually went console by console. Then we can go down here and see the best of all time. So the 20 best-selling console games, not originally bundled. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green was the highest up there. Then we have Super Mario Brothers. As a part of the bundled game section. Wii Sports is at a crisp 11.86 million. I believe the current number is around like 75. I mean, hey, this just shows within 10 years a lot of things can change. Like, whatever, Nintendogs, GTA Vice City, Super Mario Land, these are all in like the top 20 right now. And then like what? Like the #1 best-selling game of all time is Minecraft at 300 million sold. So I just want to talk about, you know, what I think of each of these games. I've played, you know, I'd say about like 95% of these games, to be honest. You know, whether it's like, you know, a couple hours or like literally to 100% completion. Like, I played basically all of these. So this is just kind of going with my personal opinions on everything here. I usually like to stay like pretty unbiased and just talk about like, hey, you know, like this game is like the legacy of this game is incredible, and like it may not be my thing, but you know, whatever. I feel like most of these games, they kind of fit the legendary games kind of moniker, because, you know, they sold so well for a reason. So I'm gonna be kind of deterring this to my personal opinion a lot more in this one. I always usually factor in my own personal opinion, but I do like to consider the fact that it's like, hey, you know, like, I may not be that into turn-based RPGs, but I respect the hell out of them, and I respect the hell out of, you know, like, oh, this one or that one or whatever. With that being said, let's start off with the best-selling game of all time, Minecraft. C tier. I have never been the biggest Minecraft guy whatsoever. I respect it, and there are times where like I can kind of get into it. Even earlier this year, I remember like trying it out with Kate, and you know, we were just like trying to just do normal Minecraft things. And yeah, it doesn't really click with me. The most I ever really got into Minecraft was honestly with Minecraft Pocket Edition. I played that on my iPad Mini in like 2014, 2013 maybe. You know, I kind of just played it just to do something. You know, like I knew, like I'm like, hey, this game is super popular. Definitely want to give it a try. So I think I kind of played like the survival mode in study hall in like my freshman year of high school. When I had nothing better to do, I would play that on my iPad Mini. I enjoyed it well enough, you know. I treated it like a sandbox experience, kind of like how I'd play Grand Theft Auto a lot of the time back then, where I would just kind of like, you know, just play till I die, try to come up with some kind of weird objective for myself to do, just see how far I can go, and for that, you know, like, it was fun enough. I don't really have a desire to play more Minecraft. Maybe someday, I don't know. That's why it's going in C tier, where I'm just like, yeah, out of everything here, I can do without Minecraft. Now, in comparison, we have Grand Theft Auto 5, which I was super excited about when it initially launched on the Xbox 360 and PS3. I remember, you know, I played a lot of it on 360, And then when I got my PlayStation 4 in like 2015, one of the first games that I got with it was Grand Theft Auto 5. I remember The Last of Us Remastered came with my PS4. Like, it was just a download code that the GameStop I bought it from included with the purchase as a part of a promotion. After I got that, I played Last of Us and I really enjoyed it, and I thought, like, well, damn, I really want another PS4 game. And I picked Grand Theft Auto 5, and that was kind of a mistake because it's the same game I played on 360. But apparently, that doesn't matter to anybody because they keep buying this damn game. It is officially launched on 3 different generations of PlayStation and Xbox, which is absurd. And it launched on all of those without any word of a new Grand Theft Auto releasing. Like, I think Grand Theft Auto 5 released on PS5. It was like one of the first games they talked about releasing on PS5, which was really strange. I know they wanted to push it because, like, this is a very evergreen title, and they wanted to, push this promotion they were doing that, GTA Online will be, like, free on PS5. Still very strange. I mean, this is a damn PS3 game. It actually runs pretty decently on PS3 and 360. Very surprising, actually playing that on the OG consoles again. Like, it's, a little choppy and, like, obviously lower resolution, and it's slower, but, like, overall, like, it's still Grand Theft Auto 5. It definitely does the job. I really liked GTA 5 as, like, an upgrade from GTA 4, but I do think, like, I do have more fond memories of GTA 4 at this point. The main problem I have with GTA 4 are the driving controls, and, I guess they're more realistic in the sense that it reminds me of playing, like, Gran Turismo with a controller. Justin recently showed me Gran Turismo 7 with an actual, like, racing wheel, like a sim racing wheel and everything, and that's when it's just like, okay, like, this makes sense now. Actually, it's really fun and actually feels really good. But when you're playing with a controller, it's like, it's so stiff and it just doesn't feel right, and it's not very fun to me. And the cars in GTA 4 just remind me so much of, like, those types of controls where it's so stiff, it doesn't feel right. Where GTA 5, it feels really good to drive in that game. I really like following the story of GTA 5, splitting it amongst 3 different characters. I think it was a really cool move with this game. I mean, it's not a new concept for the series. I mean, you had that with, like, GTA 1, but that always felt like kind of like a dumb gotcha moment I remember a lot of people had back then, where it's like, Grand Theft Auto 5 is the first game to have multiple playable characters, and then they're like, actually, GTA 1 had multiple playable characters. It's just like, okay, but it's Grand Theft Auto 1. The series is a bit different than what it was back then. Still the same series, but it's whatever. GTA 5 is a very fun game, though. I remember saying back in the day, I believe this was in the Best Games of All Time episode of Scott the Waz, where I looked at all of the games that scored the highest on Metacritic. And I said something I believe is factually wrong, that's like, all of the, buildings in GTA 4 are, like, they just feel like billboards. It just feels like empty, just like, whatever, like, you can't even enter a lot of the buildings. And I said, like, GTA 5 felt a lot more alive and just like, oh my god, there's so much more you can do. Apparently, I believe that's false, but I will maintain, like, at least that's how it at least felt to me. Like, I think GTA 5 with, like, its bigger burst of, like, color and just, like, it was just a brighter, more saturated game. I feel like definitely the controls just kind of made it feel a lot more, like, alive in that way. I felt less restricted than it did in GTA 4, even if GTA 4 actually had, like, more buildings you could enter. Now, the main reason why GTA 5 is one of the best-selling games of all time is because of Grand Theft Auto Online. That is the core reason why Grand Theft Auto 5 has lived on for literally decades. And I'm gonna be honest, that kinda sucks. I think I played, like, a little bit of GTA Online, and it was fun, but I didn't get, like, as, like, looped into it as a lot of other people did. I mean, like, I don't know how many people are constantly playing GTA Online. Obviously, it's a good amount. It's one of the most popular games out there. But I feel like just because they make so much revenue from GTA Online, that's why like or like Rockstar Games pretty much just like lowered their game output to like literally like one every 5 years, when previously they would do probably like a couple a year, or at least one a year, or something like that. And it kind of stinks because like honestly, GTA 5, as well as it holds up, you just kind of think it's just like, you know, how far we would be along if like they released like a GTA 6 in 2016 or 2017 or whatever, you know? Obviously they chose to go with Red Dead 2 in 2018, but yeah, it just kind of feels like they've kind of like kicked back a little bit and been like, you know what, we can kind of just cruise on GTA 5 sales. So for that reason, I'm like, all right, it kind of stinks that this is one of the best-selling games of all time, but it's just like, you know, it is a pretty damn good Grand Theft Auto game. I still definitely have more fondness in my heart for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and even GTA 4, honestly, at this point. Like, I feel like I'm a little more likely to, you know, go to play GTA 4 than GTA 5, just because the fact that GTA 5, you know, has remained the primary Grand Theft Auto for 10 plus years is it kind of makes me a little sick of it, where I'm just like, I don't really care to play this right now. At least going back to GTA 4 and San Andreas, it feels like, you know, we're taking things back. It's definitely a lot more nostalgia based there, but still. With that being said, when it comes to what I would like to play right now, comparing this to Minecraft, which I rated a C, I would much rather play Grand Theft Auto 5 right now, so I'm gonna put that at an A. Next up, we got Wii Sports. All right, so this one is kind of funny considering it got most of its sales from bundles. But to be fair, you know, like I think a lot of best-selling games that, you know, are considered like, it's like, oh, I don't know how much this is really considered one of the best-selling games of all time, considering it's packed in with the console and everything. I think Wii Sports, at the very least, you can make the argument it's like it deserves that title because pretty much everybody was buying a Wii for Wii Sports. I'd say that's where most of the Wii sales came from. I think a lot of people like bought a Wii, they were like, oh my god, did you see that their bowling stick thing? So incredible. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire reason why I wanted a Wii back in the day. Because I saw Wii Sports at a friend's house and I just thought like, this is incredible. Now my personal thing with Wii Sports is that like, yeah, like I can pick this up and play it at any moment. I think it's one of the best video games of all time, just from like just seeing like exactly what it did for gaming. Like if it wasn't for Wii Sports, we wouldn't have games on this tier list that are in the hundreds, millions of copies sold at this point. With that being said, as much as I love Wii Sports, I mean, it is literally a tech demo. It's a tech demo that can last you literally forever. I mean, like, you know, like these sports are, you know, endlessly replayable. You know, bowling isn't really going to change every single time you play it. You know, the game doesn't do anything to change it up, but, you know, it's bowling, so, you know, like, it's still going to be fun every time you play it. It's bowling. Everybody knows bowling. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, bowling was the best back then. Bowling is still the best these days. Tennis is still pretty fun, but especially these days, you start to notice, like, exactly how this game does what it does. And how, like, okay, like, you don't have to do, like, a crazy motion or anything. I think it still helps to actually get up, you know, stand up and play Wii Sports. I find that if I'm being lazy and playing Wii Sports, I'm not doing nearly as well as I would if I'm standing up. But while the magic is gone in, like, some areas with Wii Sports, I still think, like, overall, when it comes to, like, what this game does, it is so easy to pick up and play. It just works. And that's something that I think a lot of games that try to do what Wii Sports does fail at. They're not very accessible. They're very clunky, or they don't work very well. I know so many people that, like, you know, they bought the Wii for Wii Sports, and then they picked up stuff like Brunswick Pro Bowling or whatever the hell for the Wii because they're like, oh, well, I like the bowling game on Wii Sports, so here's more bowling. And it's just like, no, it stinks. Or you're gonna play Game Party or Deca Sports. Those games aren't like horrible or anything, but I mean, Wii Sports is the king of this, and I still think it's the king. Even with successors like Nintendo Switch Sports, I think there's something special about the original Wii Sports that is never really going to be topped. With that being said, I'm not going to rank it higher than Grand Theft Auto 5. I think I think that would show my bias a little too much. Like, oh, quirky, creepy little Nintendo games. Oh, yeah, that deserves an S. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Minecraft, f*** you. I'm gonna be putting Wii Sports at a B just because, like, again, like, it is like a tech demo. It is kind of just like a smaller game, especially compared to GTA 5 and Minecraft. And honestly, like, yeah, I do really enjoy Wii Sports. But, yeah, I mean, I'll probably prefer playing GTA 5 to, like, Wii Sports right now. But just because I'd prefer playing GTA 5 doesn't mean I don't desperately want to play Wii Sports right now. All right, Mario Kart 8. Most of the heavy lifting here is done by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Nintendo Switch. This game's sales genuinely always impresses and shocks me, especially considering, I mean, like, so many people have gone back to, like, this one article where it was like an opinion piece that a writer did that's like, Mario Kart 8 will likely be the worst selling Mario Kart of all time. Well, absolutely crazy what they were able to do with this game, just bringing it over to Nintendo Switch. They didn't even do a ton at the time. You know, it was kind of just like, it's Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC included. Battle mode has been updated, and, you know, you get a couple of extra characters and maybe some tweaks here and there. Like, there was another level of, you know, a drift you could do to get, like, a turbo boost. That's something. But it just kept selling so damn much all the time, and it wasn't even really like a bundle for the most part. It was Nintendo's bundle for Black Friday, like, pretty much every year. But, you know, if you just wanted to Switch throughout the year, like, Mario Kart wasn't bundled. Like, most people are buying Mario Kart because they wanted to play Mario Kart, which I think is pretty crazy for a game that's exclusive to Nintendo platforms, and pretty much exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. I mean, like, I say that because, like, well, there's a Wii U version. But there's always kind of been this sentiment that, like, okay, like, you need games to sell a console. Like, the console itself doesn't matter. The games are what matters. And that is true. But, I mean, it shows, like, this game was available on Wii U. This game was, like, the best-selling game on Wii U. And it took the Nintendo Switch to release for it to really, like, gain, like, any kind of audience past, like, core Nintendo fans. You know, it just shows that, like, yeah, the console is important here. You need your console to be, like, actually appealing for it to sell well. You can't just get by on, like, oh, well, it has amazing exclusive games. It's just like, yeah, that's a big selling point. But the console itself needs to be appealing. Like, you can't just sell somebody a pile of shit and be like, well, there's an exclusive Mario game for it. People are gonna be like, all right, well, I don't want to own a pile of shit. And Mario Kart 8 really proves that. Now, like, I love Mario Kart 8. I loved it since the day it launched on Wii U. And when I picked it up for Nintendo Switch, you know, this is kind of a Grand Theft Auto 5 situation, you know? It's something where it's like, yep, I've been playing this game ever since it released. I'm a little sick of it. I'll still play it, you know? Like, if you offer me Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm gonna play it. If you offer me Mario Kart 8, I will play Mario Kart 8. I love Mario Kart 8. But, like, Jesus Christ, buddy. Because this game is the best-selling of all time, we just didn't really get anything new from Mario Kart for, like, 10 years. It's the exact same thing with GTA 5. So, yeah, I have similar feelings amongst these two titles. I think they both belong in A tier because I do think they're both phenomenal games, but goddamn, I got sick of them a little bit. PUBG Battlegrounds? That's going straight in D. I played this game once on Google Stadia. I didn't really care. This felt like one of the biggest fart-ups by, like, the Game Awards back in 2017. That was one of the best years for video games, like, ever. And Game of the Year, we got, you know, like a bunch of fair nominees. You know, you had Breath of the Wild, Horizon Zero Dawn, Mario Odyssey, got Persona 5, and then PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which wasn't even, like, a full release at that point. Like, they did not have a full release. It was still in a beta phase. Like, they just had it nominated because it was, like, blowing up in popularity at the time. I'm not saying this game isn't good for what it is. I'm just saying that, like, I played it once. The first time I even heard of it was when it got nominated for the Game Awards, and honestly, it felt like Fortnite kind of took over a lot of this game's, like, the hype around this game, especially considering, like, this game was a paid game initially. and I believe it went free to play. So it's kind of dumb that it's on here. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, this is accounting for the fact that, like, it sold that many copies. But, you know, now it's free, so it's just like, who the hell cares? But yeah, honestly, if I'm going to play a Battle Royale game, I will probably play Fortnite. Oh no. Yeah, I have no interest in PUBG. So that's where it's going. Next up, we got Red Dead 2. I'm putting this in the same tier as GTA 5 and Mario Kart 8, primarily because I'm not sick of Red Dead 2. I think Red Dead 2 is an incredible game. I think there are certain things that keeps it from S tier, where I do feel like as a story experience, Red Dead 2 is incredible. This is probably one of the greatest feats in terms of like a technical achievement with video games as like an artistic medium, as a storytelling medium. When it comes to the actual gameplay, it's still good. But I do think it's a little more fun to play Red Dead 1. Red Dead 2, like, goes so hard for like realism that I almost feel like it kind of takes away from a lot of the fun factor that I got with a game like Red Dead 1. I watched Kate play a bit of Red Dead Online, and I think Red Dead Online had a ton of potential, but it obviously didn't like reach the heights at all of like GTA Online, especially considering the fact that like they stopped updating it just a couple years in, while GTA Online, for a game that released in 2013, kept getting updates like throughout like into like 2024. It's pretty insane. Red Dead 2 is a phenomenal game, but you know, I think certain things kind of hold it back from being S tier for me. Terraria. I got really nothing here. Going right next to PUBG and D tier, mainly because like I honestly don't even think I've really played Terraria. I know enough about it considering like I've always seen Terraria as like a 2D Minecraft-like game. I'm not saying it's bad. I got nothing, man. I haven't really played Terraria at all. But I have played Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, the NES game. This has always been higher up there. I mean, like, this has definitely got pack-in syndrome, you know, like, it was bundled with the NES for the most part. Now, of course, you know, I think it's very similar to Wii Sports in the sense that, yeah, most people that are buying an NES also wanted Mario. This one's tricky, man, because, like, this is, like, the video game. This is, like, the Citizen Kane of video games. Like, this is what everybody always looks back on as, like, damn, that's the one. Nowadays, I do feel like my Super Mario Brothers playtimes have gone considerably down. And I remember playing it, you know, a fair amount back in the day, especially, like, you know, like, when it came out on, like, Virtual Console for, like, Wii and 3DS and all of that. Primarily because, like, that was kind of a bit of a newer concept, you know, getting this game, again, downloadable and just being able to play it at a moment's notice. And then on 3DS, you know, I get it portably. Ooh. And then you have, like, the Game & Watch they released in, like, 2020 that had the game. That was kind of a fun new way. Like, Nintendo's always kind of trying to find new ways to have you play the same damn game again over and over and over again. Now it's just like, all right, here's another excuse to play the original Super Mario Brothers. And I fall for their bait every single damn time. But everybody loves Super Mario Brothers. Even critters. But at this point, like, Super Mario Brothers is totally just like oh, I want to do something with my thumbs for like 5 minutes. I'll play Super Mario Brothers. For the most part, Super Mario Brothers is pretty much relegated to like very amateurish speed runs for me. So I'm probably gonna put it in. I mean, it's kind of weird to put it up, especially if I'm not really taking into account, like, legacy with a lot of these. I am kind of ranking these based on, like, what would I really want to play the most right now. I would probably put Super Mario Brothers around B tier. Do you have a problem with that? Damn, I'm going all over the place with these things. I'm sorry. You know, I have figured out that, like, I am ranking these based on, like, what would I want to play the most right now, or at a moment's notice. What do I like the most? What do I enjoy the most right now? Which is why you have a dog shit opinion like Terraria in D tier. And now we have Human Fall Flat. When the hell did this become one of the best-selling games of all time? That's weird as fuck. I played this for a little bit on, like, Xbox Game Pass, I think, and I mean, it's fine. I don't know why this is one of the best-selling games of all time. This is like a wacky little physics-based puzzle platformer. And it does that job fine. I don't hate this game. I'd probably just put it in C tier because like I don't really care. You know, no disrespect towards it. And I'm sure if I actually sat down and committed more time to it, then sure. Yeah, I don't have much going on with this game. I think I would like it alongside of Minecraft, where I'm like, may not be exactly my thing right now, but you know, I can respect it and I can get some enjoyment out of it. So there, how about that? Same goes for Overwatch. I played only like a little bit of Overwatch. I think I played the Switch version of Overwatch 1, and I might have tried a little bit of Overwatch 2. Hero shooters aren't really my thing. More recently, I did try out Marvel Rivals, and yeah, you know, it's just not really my thing. I'm not into these games enough to really feel like I'm doing anything that great. I feel like there's either strategy I'm missing, or I'm just kind of I'm just doing random bullshit, which I know for a fact there's strategy I'm missing, but I'm just saying like how it feels during the games themselves, where I don't really feel like I'm doing really much at all. So I need to learn these games more, but I don't really care to do that. I'm just not really a huge online multiplayer guy, so it's not that I don't have fun playing online multiplayer games. It's more so like, you know, I gotta be in the right mood for it, and every time I've tried Overwatch, I have not really been in the right mood for it. And based on the fact that Overwatch 1 got fully replaced by Overwatch 2, a free-to-play game, yeah, Overwatch sold 50 million units, and that's all it will ever sell. So at some point, it'll probably get off of this list, but for the time being, it's in C tier. Can you believe Human Fall Flat sold more than Overwatch? Next up, we have The Witcher 3, which I played a good bit of, and yeah, this game is honestly pretty incredible. It is so in-depth. There is so much you can do. It is so overly detailed. Fantasy isn't usually like my immediate like genre of choice, but when it's done well, I think like it feels so immersive and it feels so cool to be in such a well-realized world. And I think The Witcher 3 is probably one of the best like traditional open world RPGs of all time. I think my main problem of like not just playing this game as much as I really could is because like it's really hard for me to like sit down and play like a game that is literally like as big as this when I could probably play like 10 shorter games in the time it would take to play through just this one. But I mean, like this is like one of the like only games that you would ever need. I mean, just the fact that like you can literally like there's games within games with it. I mean, like you have like the Gwent card game, which I mean, on its own, I mean, like, what, they spun it off into its own thing, too, so it's just like, I mean, you pretty much get two games in one here. And this game really built CD Projekt Red up as, like, some of the greatest developers of all time, to later have Cyberpunk 2077 absolutely just demolish their credibility. It kind of brought it a little back over time, but, you know, still. I'd put this at an A, right alongside my other open world little Funyuns right there. These are all games that I think like you could just sit down, play through, and like literally get lost in. There are games that I've played more of that I have a little more of like strong passion for that, you know, we'll save S for, but yeah, overall, like I think that's a pretty respectable A tier. And then, oh god, we have Pokemon Generation 1. We got red, blue, yellow, green in Japan. Yeah, let's talk about this one. Still the best-selling Pokemon games, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, like this was the big, you know, the debut, and it literally started like Pokemania. Pokemon, I think, has maintained its popularity over the years. I feel like it definitely like kind of like dipped a little bit like throughout the 2000s and the early 2010s, just because, you know, like I think over time people were like, oh, like yeah, you know, like I'm just not as into this anymore. And then I think, you know, like starting around 2016 with Pokemon Go, you start to see it kind of like go up more where like now everybody like talks about Pokemon, plays Pokemon, all of that, except for me. Yeah, I never got into Pokemon. It has never really been my thing. I have tried and tried and tried and tried to get into Pokemon because I do think like, yeah, I probably would enjoy this to an extent. I do like a lot of elements of Pokemon, but when I actually sit down and try to play the games, I don't really like them. I mean, not only am I not really into turn-based RPGs, especially this old one, you know, like it's a little rough to go back to. It's classic for sure. Like the last time I tried it out was like probably like 2-3 years ago, and I respected the hell out of it. I'm like, yeah, like this is an incredible Game Boy game. Like, this is such a big adventure for, you know, such a primitive, like, little handheld. With that being said, like, it's just like, bro, like, you know, like, I'm not really gonna... I think it's kind of hard for somebody like me to play Generation 1 of Pokemon and to really get anything out of it other than like respect and just like, oh, that's cool that, you know, like it's, you know, like this is an old game and like they did all this back then. That's really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting this in C tier because I think I would get enjoyment out of it. I did get enjoyment out of it when I tried it a couple years ago, but you know, it did get to a point where it's like, all right, like that's cute, I'm good though. And we got Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is pretty wild that this game became one of the best-selling games of all time. Like, one of the best-selling Nintendo Switch games, you know, like it outsold, like, you know, Pokemon games, Zelda, Mario, all of this stuff. And even then, you know, like the one game that outsold it being Mario Kart 8, you know, it's like, it's a re-release, so like when it comes to original Nintendo Switch exclusive games, this is the best-selling one. I think it's so cool to see Animal Crossing kind of reach these heights, especially with a game that so many people absolutely fucking hate. Okay, I think the hate against Animal Crossing New Horizons is pretty damn unjustified. Do you agree? I mean, like, it's unjustified, but it's also justified. Like, I completely understand, and I do, like, agree with the frustrations people have about the game. Bro, I think it's a little ridiculous that so many people claim that like Animal Crossing New Horizons really dropped the ball and you know, like, God, like this game is just trash, I hate this game, and you've already spent like 100+ hours in it. You know, I think like, all right, you got your fill out of this game, and now it's not really given much more to you after it gave you literally like months of your time. You know, I'm like kind of like, all right, like let's stop saying this game is like bad. I think that's where I'm coming from. We can have complaints about it by like, oh, totally. I think a lot of these complaints are completely justified, but you know, claiming that this game is like, oh my God, it is bad. I'm like, no, like it is a good Animal Crossing. I think it did a good job, but when it came to like being what I think we all wanted it to be, which would be fairly reasonable to expect. I mean, like this game is literally like Nintendo Sims, and The Sims 4 gets updated constantly with constant expansions, and they update it, blah, 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 all this stuff. And Animal Crossing got like a bunch of like dumb updates that, you know, were old features from like Animal Crossing New Leaf and other games, and then they did like one big paid update, and that was it. And I think everybody looks at that and they're like, what the hell, man? Especially like, you know, that team just went on to develop Splatoon 3, which is a good game, but it's also like, did we really need a Splatoon 3? We got 2 Splatoons within the time period between Animal Crossing New Leaf and New Horizons. And then, like, directly after New Horizons, we got a Splatoon 3. Where it feels like Animal Crossing makes a lot of sense for them to focus on. Maybe not entirely, but at least, like, more than what they've done. But yeah, we also have to note that, like, New Horizons definitely did as well as it did because, you know, it was when it released. It released during a time where everybody literally needed Animal Crossing to just keep their mind off of things and just do something. And yeah, I definitely got a ton of playtime out of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Like, it's definitely probably like one of my favorite Switch games just based on how much I played it. With that being said, I think I'd put it in B tier primarily because I never want to play this game again. It is so hard to play Animal Crossing when you're not playing alongside other people. You know, you want to be able to talk to other people about like, oh yeah, I got this. Oh yeah, I got this. Oh, this is what I'm doing with my island. If you don't have that, I think it's really hard to really commit yourself to Animal Crossing, which I feel like is the primary reason why this game did so damn well when it released, because everybody was playing it. And if you weren't playing it, you were like, well, damn, I got to try it out. So you try it out and then you talk to everybody else about it. And, you know, it creates this word of mouth. You know, I think that's why Animal Crossing New Horizons did so well. With that being said, they did drop the ball. I know I'm kind of going back and forth on what I'm saying. I don't remember. Look at what I'm dealing with here, man. It's hard for me to pay attention. My final statement is Animal Crossing New Horizons is a good game. I really enjoyed my time with it. I never want to play it again, and Nintendo definitely did drop the ball when it came to keeping it alive, which, I mean, they created a full game. You know, they did that, but it just kind of felt like there should be more to this, and that shouldn't be that hard for Nintendo to do. Apparently it was. That being said, B is fair. All right, Wii Fit / Wii Fit Plus. These are both included in one entry here, which, you know, we might as well talk about one game here that's included in the list. This list has been updated since I talked about it in my best-selling games of all time episode of Scott the Woz, because Tetris was always considered like the best-selling game of all time, and I thought that was total bullshit. Because, like, what the hell do you mean? Like, Tetris is not a game, it is a franchise of games. I never understood like why they just did that, other than the fact that like, oh, Tetris is Tetris, you know? But it's like, you know, no, like these Tetris games are different. You rank all these other puzzle games or all these other games in general that have the same core gameplay as different games. So why not Tetris? Like, I feel like, you know, each Tetris game is just as different as like each Madden game is as different. That might have been a really stupid statement, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, the core gameplay is still the same, but they tweak certain things. So why was Tetris always considered like, oh man, all these Tetris games, it's just Tetris, so it's the best-selling game of all time? Yeah, I just always thought that was really weird. And they got rid of that. They got rid of it in the best-selling games list, which is pretty wild. Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus are considered the same here, which I think is fair. Wii Fit Plus is literally just Wii Fit with more stuff in it. Like, it's not a sequel. Like, it's just Wii Fit with some enhancements. So, yeah, sure. I mean, I have great memories of Wii Fit, but those memories primarily have to do with, like, the soccer ball mini game in that game, like a couple of the balance games. Running in that game I thought was always kind of cool, because it worked fairly well, because you put your Wii remote in your pocket and it would do the job. With that being said, I don't really think Wii Fit was ever like the greatest fitness tool. It's something where like a lot of the games you would play, the gameplay portion of Wii Fit wasn't really a fitness-based one. They were kind of more so like tech demos to use the balance board with. I think Wii Fit did a better job of like promoting like just general like wellness. But that's about it, you know. I think Ring Fit Adventure on the Nintendo Switch does a much better job kind of mixing a video game with a fitness experience. Wii Fit is a solid game, but like I don't really want to play it anymore. I don't want to set up that stinking balance board. I don't really have much I desperately want to play with it. I might put it in C. I like Wii Fit, but again, like I don't really want to play it anymore. If I want to spend some time trying to play a game that's all about fitness, I would much rather try Ring Fit Adventure, because I think that does a much better job at doing what I would want to try to do. Next up, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which I think is very interesting that supposedly this is the best-selling Call of Duty game. I was not expecting that, but Black Ops has always been like a very popular brand for the series. I didn't know that Black Ops 3 was apparently the best-selling one. I bought Black Ops 3 on a whim because, you know, out of all the Call of Duty games that I've played, I definitely have the most experience with the Black Ops titles. I played Black Ops 1 on the Wii, and then Black Ops 2 was probably the one that I played the most on 360. I might have played Modern Warfare 3 a bit more, but Black Ops 2, I definitely played a lot. I mean, like, we can rank Black Ops 2 right alongside it because Black Ops 2 appears on this list as well. I definitely have a lot of memories with Black Ops 2. I remember this was kind of when I wanted to turn my bedroom into like my own little personal game room. So I bought an inflatable sofa off of Amazon. And I also got Black Ops 2 in the same package. Like, I bought them both at the same time. I have a lot of memories of playing Black Ops 2 with an inflatable sofa from Amazon. I felt so fucking cool. That inflatable sofa definitely did its job, but it did deflate a fair amount. And eventually my parents got me an actual futon, you know, a cheaper futon from like Walmart or something as like a birthday gift, which was definitely better. It got a lot of crumbs in it, but overall, like, yeah, the inflatable sofa lifestyle is definitely manageable, and I definitely really only want to play Black Ops 2 while sitting on it at this point. It does pair well with the game, I would say. Overall, I would say Black Ops 2 was a very, very fun Call of Duty game from my limited history with Call of Duty games. I did play it on Wii U a bit too. You know, I remember during like some sleepovers during high school when you know, I had people over and I owned a Wii U at the time. I showed them Black Ops 2 on it, and it was pretty cool, especially, you know, playing on the gamepad, and you could play you know, 2-player local multiplayer, even online. So you could have 2 players playing, you know, one on the gamepad and one on the TV while playing in an online room, which is pretty cool. So honestly, I'm going to put Black Ops 2 at A tier because I have some fun memories of it. Black Ops 3, I bought on a whim in 2015. I left school one day. I had amended day at school where I would leave at like 11 a.m. or 12 because I had a job that I would go to, and I was a part of DECA, the marketing organization, which some kids treated as a cult. Like, I swear I've seen a DECA tattoo, which was funny, but if I had a job, which it wasn't anything crazy, it was just a cashier job, but it was something where, you know, I had the ability to leave school early because you know, like I had credit hours from just working. So I got out of school like 11 a.m. and I was thinking, I'm like, damn, I should get Black Ops 3. You know, why the hell not? You know, I enjoyed Black Ops 2, and I just kind of want to get into a multiplayer game. So I picked up Black Ops 3. I played the campaign for like 30 minutes. I probably played the multiplayer for like a little under an hour. Yeah, that's why it goes in B tier. I don't think it's a bad game. I just didn't play it that much, but I did. It was fine. But Call of Duty games are so like, it's all so similar that I'm just like, it's a fine time. I put Black Ops 2 at A for nostalgia. Put Black Ops 3 at B out of sympathy. Stardew Valley, I think, is probably one of the most impressive games, and I've never even played it. I've only really seen Kate play it, and the amount of stuff that she has done in that game, I think she's 100%ed elements of it, which is incredible. But yeah, I think out of all games, like, damn, this one deserves to be like a bestseller. Like, this is like a true underdog story. It's an indie game like that is like totally like, hey, I want to make my own Harvest Moon, and then they go for it full force. You know, this is one of the craziest games you could possibly get into because it is so expansive, and it just has so much to it. It is something that I would be more than happy to try and get into. I probably would want to try it out on PC. I see that like console versions are like one of those where, you know, like you do have to move a cursor with the stick, and I'm like, I kind of just want to try it out on PC because I do not really like moving cursors with sticks. Call of Duty Modern Warfare from 2019, the reboot. I don't actually think I've played this one much at all, but I do know, you know, enough about it because of my friend Jeff's video where he beat all of the Call of Duty campaigns on Veteran. That this game looks crazy. It's definitely kind of like a return to form in quotes for the Call of Duty franchise, because like 2018 you had Black Ops 4, which had like no campaign at all. This one has a full-blown campaign. I think this game still looks crazy good, like one of the biggest leaps in terms of like graphical quality for Call of Duty. It's very impressive. I haven't played it, but B tier because I'd be down to give it a try. You got the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, very similar deal to GTA 5 and Mario Kart 8, where yeah, they pretty much just banked on this one for like 10 plus years, but I'm gonna put it in B tier because I don't like it as much as those games. The Bethesda funk is a little too funky for me sometimes. Bethesda Game Studios games just have this like just general jank to them that I just don't really vibe with that much. It's still good. I played a bit of Skyrim and I do enjoy it, but yeah, I mean, compared to the other games in A tier that I do really enjoy, but they're a step below because they were pretty much the only games from their series that we had for like a decade. Skyrim is just like that, but it's even worse because you're telling me this is the best we can do. At least with GTA 5 and Mario Kart 8, you kind of feel like, yeah, like this is almost like the peak of the series. This is like, wow, oh my god, like where do they go from here? Skyrim, like, I feel like by 2012, 2013, I was already thinking like, yeah, I can kind of imagine where they would go from here, and they never did. Mario Kart Wii. This was initially the best-selling Mario Kart game, and yeah, this game just was crazy popular during the Wii era. This was one of the games that was just as hard to find as the Wii console was, when the Wii console was just flying off of store shelves immediately when it came in. Mario Kart also did that, right alongside Wii Fit. I've had a love-hate relationship with Mario Kart Wii over the years. I think when it initially came out, like, I wanted it so bad, and a lot of that was because of the Wii Wheel. Like, I think the Wii Wheel really did a lot to, like, make it look like, oh my god, this game is going to be incredible. It's going to be like you're actually driving. And no. If anything, using the wheel is a little detrimental at this point. Like, I'd much rather use a classic controller, even a Wii Remote and nunchuck or something. But, you know, I mean, it was a very interesting gimmick. It was very cool. The Wii wheel always felt really nice. I think that was like the big thing about it. It weirdly felt kind of like a soft kind of plastic. With that being said, this game was absolutely batshit insane. Like, the item balancing in this game was so crazy. It just felt like it's just like, oh my god, what the hell are we doing here? It was so difficult for me as a kid. Like, it made me upset. But over the years, like, I found Mario Kart Wii to be one of my favorite ones to revisit. If I'm not playing Mario Kart 8, I would love to pop in Mario Kart Wii. One of my favorite things to do is like a 32 track, randomized, like all courses, frantic items, and just go for it. It doesn't last that long. Like, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, and that's more than reasonable for like a little multiplayer session with your friends. I think Mario Kart Wii was really instrumental in just kind of like propelling the Mario Kart franchise to be like one of Nintendo's heavy hitters. It was always like a huge game, but I think Mario Kart Wii like really got everybody interested, which is great because like during the Wii era, like so many of its best-selling games are like really sterile. I mean, like we can see right there, Wii Sports, Wii Fit. We're gonna see Wii Sports Resort in a second, you know, like it's all like the Wii series games. But Mario Kart is like, oh, the actual like, you know, like character-based Nintendo franchises. That's the best-selling Wii game. And I am happy that, you know, it did so well. And because of that, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think this was an incredibly important game for just kind of like bringing everybody together who played Mario Kart in the past. Mario Kart Wii, it felt like there was like such a genuine excitement about it amongst everybody. Mario Kart 8, it kind of feels a little more like people are like, oh yeah, that's Mario Kart, I'm gonna pick up Mario Kart. Mario Kart Wii felt like people were like, god damn, I gotta try that. But Mario Kart 8 wouldn't be getting the sales it was getting without Mario Kart Wii. And I honestly think both games stand on their own as like really like tremendous Mario Karts. Like, I think if I need like 2 Mario Karts to last me to the end of time, I think Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart Wii are both good picks. That brings us to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is the best-selling fighting game of all time, which is funny. It's also the best-selling game with like this fucking thing in it. I think this belongs in S tier. You know, I think I found our S tier best-selling game of all time, because it's like, I don't know, like, you know, like, this is genuinely such a tremendous accomplishment to just have like all of these video game IPs together in one game. Is pretty miraculous, and I don't know if it's really gonna be possible to get that done at any point forward for like a video game like this. Like, yeah, you have like stuff like Fortnite or whatever, but I think like Smash Brothers Ultimate is like such, like, you know, like Fortnite is free to play, it's online only, and it's so based around like events that, you know, like cycle in and out and everything. Smash Brothers Ultimate is like a full complete video game, and it has all of this stuff in it. It's just such like a genuine celebration of video games that I think S tier makes sense for this. All right, well, Tetris for Game Boy is next up. This is probably the remnants of Tetris being labeled as one of the best-selling games of all time. Now it's just Tetris for Game Boy that makes the list. Tetris was mostly like bundled in with Game Boy systems, and it was a perfect pack-in because it's just like, yeah, you have this never-ending game, pretty much, that everybody can enjoy. And, you know, much like a lot of the games on this list, I think, like, this was the big one that really got Tetris to be as popular as it was. I do like Game Boy Tetris. I think it is, like, a fun thing to revisit. It's mostly on a novelty, though. I think, like, if I really want to play Tetris nowadays, I think I'm probably mostly gonna go to, like, Tetris 99. But even then, man, like, you know what my go-to theme in Tetris 99 is? The Game Boy one. That's the one that I zone in on the most. I like the chiptune Tetris theme, and just having the green of that theme just kind of makes it easy for me to like zone in on and focus on just winning. I think that's the primary theme I've used when I've won in Tetris 99. So that ought to mean something. Tetris is Tetris, man. I love Tetris. This game is never gonna get old. I think it has been surpassed by other Tetris games, but I'm gonna give it A because it's like, it's not like these other games where I'm ever gonna like pass it up. I love Tetris, and if you give me Game Boy Tetris, I'm still gonna enjoy the hell out of it, and I'm still gonna play it. I would probably choose other Tetris games instead of it, but it's still Tetris. I think it belongs in A tier. Next up, we got The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We got another S tier. Because I'm a little Nintendo creep, and I'm proud of it, damn it. This is one of my favorite games of all time. A lot of these games are actually some of my favorite games of all time. I would say Smash Brothers Ultimate, GTA 5, Mario Kart 8, you know, etc., etc. But Breath of the Wild, still genuinely, like when I'm playing this game, it is one of the open world games where I'm playing it and I just immediately can see, understand, and respect the hell out of like the game design decisions they made with it. GTA 5, like, I'm just having fun dicking around in that game. Breath of the Wild, I can have fun dicking around, but I can also like appreciate a lot of the limitations they put in place and a lot of the choices they made, because I can see how it overall just creates this wonderful gameplay loop and this really great game experience. I love how it pushed the Zelda series forward while kind of like taking elements from its past with like Zelda 1 on NES. I think it just created such a unique open world experience that it kind of changed so many other open worlds for me, where like what used to seem like, oh my god, like these games with such like unlimited potential now seem incredibly limited. So I think that belongs in S tier. Next up, we have Wii Sports Resort. I'll put it in A. I love Wii Sports Resort. It's very fun. It is very good. It is better than the original Wii Sports. So I think Wii Sports is a little more fun to just jump in and play like a bowling game in, and that's it. Bowling's in Wii Sports Resort, but I don't know. The better Wii Motion Plus controls just never really hit with me the same. I like the more limited control in Wii Sports. Who knows? It might even be a placebo effect. I don't even think Wii Sports Resort Bowling is much different at all. But while the original Wii Sports was just a tech demo, Wii Sports Resort is just a full-blown game. I mean, you have so much more content in this game. You have so much more character with Woohoo Island. Yeah, I think it belongs in A tier. And the last one on our list is the original New Super Mario Brothers. This one sold like so many units. It's the best-selling Nintendo DS game, and honestly, I think it's the best New Super Mario Brothers game. This is still like the most original game out of everything. Now, unfortunately, like, I think it kind of gets lost in the shuffle of all of the new Super games because, you know, everything past New Super Mario Bros. Wii is literally like the exact damn same. But the original New Super Mario Bros. Literally has so many unique bosses, enemies, stage gimmicks, all of this stuff. It introduces a ton. It brings 3D Mario's moveset into 2D. On top of that, you have all the damn mini games. You have all these mini games. Yeah, sure, they were mostly ported over from Super Mario 64 DS, but I feel like those mini games should be ported in every game. If those mini games were in Overwatch, it would probably be a B tier. I think it belongs in A. Like, I love New Super Mario Brothers, and honestly, yeah, I'm pretty content with this tier list. These are generally like, you know, like what are my favorite games? What are the games that I would want to play the most right now? And yeah, you know, I'm this kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy that puts Terraria in D tier. Oh, I'm a masochist.